Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. We just unboxed LightCore Smolder Dash. She looked really good with the lights out. Prior to that, we took down LightCore Starstrike, and the other unboxings on the night being Roller Brawl and Countdown. Trying to get as many as I can cranked out for you. Going to continue on here with the Newlander LightCore theme we've established. Going to get started, not with the legendary LightCore Grim Creeper, but the standard LightCore Grim Creeper. Grim Creeper will have a regular version coming out later on in the game. We'll replace our display backdrop there with a Series 3 Mega Ram Spiral. That said, LightCore Grim Creeper, very interesting character. Saw him at E3 in the display cases, kind of know how he lights up. His slogan, "Your time is up," quite fitting for a character named the Grim Creeper. Again, LightCore. Note, no artwork up top, not the rounded corner, it's actually the straight edge. We'll bring in Blizzard Chill to kind of showcase what I'm talking about there. But the main thing, no artwork, emphasis again on LightCore. You've got the holographic look on the package, Prism Break showcased the, part of the label and packaging there. So emphasis is, again, if you had, say, this by Heavy Duty Sprocket, you want people to notice that it's different and then read LightCore, flip it over and realize, hey, this is something special, it lights up. So I think that's the logic there. Speaking of that, there you can see his packaging, what he looks like inside, the holographic card, nicely done there behind him. Flipping it around to the backside, got LightCore Starstrike again featured there. There's a shot of LightCore Grim Creeper. You can kind of see the light radiating from the facial regions. He's got LightCore power and the flash bomb effect. I've got my own opinions on that. You probably know by now. LightCore Smolder Dash, LightCore Warnado, LightCore Grim Creeper. Very nice. He's on his own packaging. LightCore Wham Shell, and again, the check mark for SWAP Force means he will work in SWAP Force, won't be backwards compatible in Giants and SSA. Just while we've got these two nice together here, while they're still both unopened, the Toys R Us is a printed logo, the legendary LightCore Grim Creeper, exclusive to Toys R Us. This kind of follows suit with what we saw with legendary LightCore Chill. I do want to showcase this to you while I've got the chance. The box art that you see right there, they're totally different. They showcase, the legendary version, but even the backdrops are different. So, nice touch there. We'll return him to his place. Cost was $13.99 at Toys R Us, I believe $12.99 at other stores. I did get in on a buy one get one 40% off sale. Got him on launch day, Sunday, October 13th here in the US. They had plenty of stock every time I've been there. Target had plenty of stock. Shouldn't have any trouble really finding him. And again, if you're giving your kids SWAP Force for Halloween, if they've got it, if you're into Halloween, or the Undead or something, great timing for a character named Grim Creeper hailing from the Undead Element. We're going to go ahead now and get this opened up for you. I've been having a little trouble with the LightCore characters. They seem to be packaged a bit differently, kind of hard to get a firm grasp on them. But get that back in, started off. There's what we're looking at. We'll just slide this out real quick like. Again, the label is taped. That follows suit with what we saw with the others. If you try to keep that intact, don't do that. But that reminds me, Chase McCain is hidden. Luckily, that did not blow his cover. But he's being a good detective. If you do keep this stuff, that's really easy to bend and bangle and, bangle if that's a word, and bend and mangle is what I was going for. Cut the tape. It'll work out better for you. What I try to do is just not destroy it, even though I don't plan to keep it. And then essentially come in with these LightCores. This part of the package has been quite problematic, and it makes getting the cards out harder too. Just like with Giants, though, this guy does light up, so don't grab him by the scythe. You actually want to come in, get the character by the base, and take it from there. So it should be interesting to go over him. That said, like I mentioned, bit tough to get these cards out with the way they've done the LightCores this time. That's the smoothest that's ever gone. I'm going to set that here, and it's probably going to fall, so I'm just going to stick it on top of Shroom Boom's head. Right there is his card. Very nice. Note the holographic look. You've got the artwork, which we're seeing for the first time since it wasn't on the packaging. Behind that, we have his sticker sheet. Same artwork that you see there. The name tag does in fact say LightCore Grim Creeper. Below that, QR code, web code. There's a good look again at the holographic effect. Take a look at his stats here. Power, 90 of 200. Armor, 90 of 200. Sorry about that rainbow glare. There's nothing I can do to prevent that. Agility, 90 of 200. And luck, 60 of 200. That's going to put him at 330, which I believe matches LightCore Starstrike, but then is exceeded by 5 by Smolder Dash. Let me double check her math. We've got 335 for LightCore Smolder Dash, and then 330 on the stat cards for LightCore Grim Creeper and LightCore Starstrike. Interesting thing coming up in the next video. We're going to see where LightCore Legendary LightCore Grim Creeper stacks up and all that. Go ahead, set that down. Let's take a look at the character now. Very nice look to him. He's got some nice detail here, unlike Smolder Dash, which was just bad to the bone. This has the colors, the translucence, the detail, the textures, everything, you know, that we enjoy taking a look at. First thing you notice, the scythe. Very nicely done, classic Reaper look to it. The staff, where you see those little spiraled columns, that's actually something you can feel. He's got kind of the armored glove on. This is actually a suit of armor that he's wearing, if you wondered about that. And then where you see the ghostly translucent regions, that's actually going to be something that will leave the armor, and then the armor, kind of like Eyebrow without the eye type thing, if that makes sense to you, will, you know, kind of take on a life of its own. So it's a living armor, and then Grim Creeper himself, I guess, is technically the, you know, ghost inside the armor. So nice detail. I mean, it's almost giving off an ironclad impression even on the sole of the boot there. You can see the same detail there. He's got the clasps, nice variations, you know, the gray and the steel or chrome colors. That bluish green is really nice. I think does a good job of, you know, indicating the ghostly status. His eyes, very nice, much like we see with Double Trouble. They tend to follow you around. Nice detail on the glove there. I'm looking for an Undead logo. That's actually what I'm doing. Thought they would have had one. I don't see it though. Maybe his regular pulls will have it. But nice little stitched hood there. Kind of gives the worn and weathered, you know, look. Stitched literally, if you can see that. But that's that. He pretty good. I mean, like I say, you got a lot going on. You got the colors, the contrast, the textures, the detail. Kind of opposite of what we saw with Smolder Dash. Now the question is, what does he look like when he lights up? But before we do that, going to take a look at his story. Again, a slogan, your time is up. When he was young, Grim Creeper visited the prestigious Grim Acre School for Ghost Wrangling, hoping to attend as a student. But when the Scaremaster interviewed him, he found that Grim didn't have any of the usual training the other students had. Because of this, he was turned away. However, as the young Grim was about to leave, a herd of rampaging ghosts suddenly flooded the school, carrying away the faculty and leaving the students to fend for themselves. Grim Creeper stood his ground, not only defending the other students, but using his amazing reaping abilities to fight back the ghosts and contain them until help could arrive. Now a Skylander, Grim is considered one of the best reapers ever to swing a scythe, proving that studies alone are no substitute for bravery, passion, and true heroic spirit. So definitely a life lesson there. Interesting backstory. Did not involve chaos this time around. Basically, how the way his powers break down. Primary attack is the scythe. He's going to swing that. It does get upgraded later on. Secondary attack is kind of like a ghost form, ghost roaster, you know, eyebrow, igniter-ish. He actually leaves the armor. You can come out, I believe you can tag 2 enemies. So essentially, I'm assuming, you know, you'd see like the ghostly part come out, tag Scorp, tag Countdown, and then when the armor returns, it would basically rush in and attack those 2 and get back to Grim Creeper. His tertiary attack is called the Poltergeist Scythe. This is a deal where it looks like he actually throws the scythe, and it's going to be one of those ones kind of new to SWAP Force where the enemies are, you know, knocked into the air, so that should be interesting to see. His 2 paths, you've got the Grim Scythe style path. Obviously this one addresses the primary attack and the tertiary to some degree. And then you have the Spooky Spectre Path, which addresses, his ghost form. That may be the way to go with him, I don't know. His soul gem, let's see here. Ghost ally appears from defeated enemies that seeks out intact. So that's typical undead. You definitely, well, there are no heroic challenges. I was going to say you definitely want to do droll bots before you do that. And I remember that's not an option here. So shows you, you get a habit ingrained in your head. I was thinking, ooh, that's going to be problematic there. But again, non-issue now. So that said, that's typical to what you see with like Ghost Roaster, Cinder, some of the other undead characters, where basically you kill someone, you get an ally, they're gonna, wrangle them, do a little bit of damage. So nice touch there. Now, time for the money shot. We can actually see what this guy looks like on the portal. This is the old SSA one. You can tell by the green base and the fact it's wireless and obviously comes on. Let's see what he does. Pretty cool. Lights up. That actually goes down. I am stoked about this. I realized I wasn't holding that where you can see it, but you can probably tell now that is lighting up all of Grim Creeper. Not necessarily like below the knees, but it's getting below the waist, which is something I had hoped for. Let me go ahead and turn the lights out. That'll be our best bet to really showcase this guy to you. Alright, so very cool. Well, let me get this up here for you. There he's coming in. That looks like a ghost. I mean, it really does, the way that's lit up, and it gives just enough light down, behind the suit of armor that you can see right there. It does a nice job actually lighting up, I'd say like 3/5 to 3/4 of the entire character. Again, like the lower leg isn't going to be lit up completely, but you can see that light source behind the armor, and it actually, illuminates down towards that area. So I am pretty impressed with it. You can actually see his eyeballs too. I guess that's why they were painted. That's a very cool touch. I mean, as I bring him in, I'm going to start back here at arm's length. I'll slowly bring him in, and I mean, you can't tell me that that wouldn't look like a ghost. That's really cool. He does look ridiculously happy, but I mean, from as far as that goes, I mean, that's just is a really good look. The cool thing though, as I turn him again, that's the light source right in there, so it actually kind of gives off more light. I'll save that for another time. But what I'll do, I'll have pictures up from the portal on the blog. Again, I've got to wait until that little Minecraft save file is taken care of, but I'll have him side by side with Legendary. I'll have both of them on the portal. All that stuff you can find taking the blog link at the top of the video description. All in all, these last two, Star Strike, relatively basic but well executed. Smolder Dash and Grim Creeper have really delivered. I mean, this makes up for what we saw with Drollbot and Chill. Both fairly basic, but it's the fact that they illuminate so much, I think, that makes the difference. So I'm going to set him back down and go turn the lights on for you. I rush back over here, turn the portal off. Again, that looks really good. Again, it's one of those things, again though, turn your lights out. If you put them on the portal power and you're playing the game at like, right after lunch or something, not going to be the same effect you have at dark. Similarly now, if you're playing the game Friday night, all the whole family's gathered around playing SWAP Force, go ahead, dim the lights, turn them off, have some fun with it. That's when these guys literally, truly shine. I'm very impressed with this. The scythe looks good. There's detail on the staff. He's kind of in a running motion pose. The armor, as you can see there, looks good. LightCore effect, well done because it was centrally positioned, which lights up, the face particularly well, and then it radiates down and out of the armor. So I, for one, am happy with that. Again, the next video will actually be Legendary LightCore. Should be essentially the same light up effect. We'll see if it looks any different or something unexpected. Main thing, we can compare those two side by side out of the packaging. Might pick up on a few things we didn't see with this guy, but so far I'm impressed with him. He looks pretty dadgum good. Again, I think he's going to be fun to play as. Maybe not quite as overwhelming, say, as like Star Strike or Smolder Dash, based on what I'm seeing power-wise. Again, this is all based on the strategy guide. These people have not touched the portal in the game or anything. So, that said, I think it should be a fun character. Adds a unique element to the undead team members. So, they've got a nice trend going here. Ghost Roaster, Fright Rider, Eyebrawl, Grim Creeper, Hex. Just a lot of really cool characters. Of course, he joins Roller Brawl as one of our 2 new SWAP Force Undead Element Newlanders. But again, $13.99 at Toys R Us. I don't think you'll have trouble finding this guy for a while. The good news, if you're giving SWAP Force to someone or you're treating yourself on Halloween, it makes a great Halloween present. So, is it better than candy? Probably, I would say so. If you gave me the choice, I would take LightCore Grim Creeper. That's just me. But again, I'm going to come in, unbox Legendary LightCore Grim Creeper. We'll see how he stacks up. Excited about that. Again, be sure to take that blog link at the top of the video description box for more information, pretty much anything you'd want to know. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. That'll keep you up with all the latest. And very fittingly, as Grim Creeper would say, your time is up.